Hello, how are you guys? All right. Welcome to another Money Magnet show. We hope that you guys are having a very good week today. And yeah, definitely, as we can see, there are more cars going on the road right now. So I'm sure if you guys are actually going to the offices, you guys will probably have to wake up slightly earlier, like me myself, because right now everyone is going back to work and it's gonna get worse again on November 1st because school is coming up. So I hope you guys are ready for the new norm that we are going. Actually, it's more like the old norm that we are used to before COVID. So today we're gonna have a very interesting topic as well, continuation of what we have in last week. So Eddie, would you like to introduce what you're gonna talk about today?
Yeah, last week we were talking about copywriting and specifically copywriting headlines and titles that you can use to attract your audience into clicking your ad or your offering that you're promoting. But today we are going to be a bit more specific. Instead of just the headline, I'm going to go into the dot points. I'm going to go into what are they and what you can use in your lead magnet. So last week is more about the headlines, about the title of your offer, and your lead magnet. And today we are going to talk about the copy that exists inside the lead magnet. So what happens after you get the click? All right.
Sure.
So yeah, that's what's today's topic, and hope you guys would be very interested. This is a part 2 series. I'm planning to do a few series on copywriting. Let me know if you guys enjoy, so that I'll be talking more about copy messages that you can use for your uh you know your your sales video. I will be going into going into copy that you can use in your email, copy that you can use in many different areas. So let me know if you actually enjoy this series, and it'll give me the confidence that this is something that you guys enjoy and we'll make more of it. Yeah.
Sure. All right. So as usual, we're gonna kickstart with what we do and why we do. So for 100x community, what we wanted to do is we wanted to give back into the community because of COVID situation. Lots of business are not doing really well, and that's why we are doing what we do. And for those of you who have not joined the 100x community, it's better that you guys quickly like and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn, because that's the best place you guys can get the fastest or first information about what events that we're going to do. There's so many speakers and there's just so many events that we run every day on 100x, and definitely you do not want to miss it. If you're somebody who's very very passionate about improving yourself or your business, 100x is the place for you to be with. All right, now we got that out of the way. Eddie, would you like to share your slides and let's
Yeah.
get this started?
Let's just give me a minute. Okay.
Oh, actually, there's something going on as well. I just missed this. So sorry, guys. There is a event coming up on the 29th of October. That means tomorrow itself. There's a night in Tokyo. For those of you who are interested in that, you can get the ticket price at RM10 right here. And obviously, the link is, let me just put it down here, 100x.1/virtual tour. Okay. So this is something and an event that definitely you guys would want to check out as well. Yep, let me check that out. All right. The link seems to be working. Okay, let me just put it down there. There you go. So, yep, for those of you who are interested to actually uncover the north of Tokyo or understanding more about Tokyo itself, this is the link for you to go. It's already down onto the chat itself. All right, without further ado, Eddie,
Yep.
take the stage.
Just give. Okay. All right. The breakdown of absolutely irresistible money magnet copy. That's the topic of today. And when I mean irresistible, you guys will be able to understand later what I really mean by irresistible and how it all eventually plays out. Okay, so Uh, Question one: who wants to make more money? I
Of
think I asked this
course,
question
who doesn't?
last week also.
Everyone,
Yeah,
almost everyone is interested to make money online, especially you know, easy ways to
yeah,
make significant
yeah.
money.
To iterate, tell you guys what actually why I asked this question is because if you were to start a business, most likely it's not for those first time entrepreneurs who to be focusing on copywriting. It's actually for those people who already have a system of a business setup, and then the copywriting actually enhance and help them get more money for their business. So copywriting, if you have a choice to focus on building your system, your back end and your front end funnels and everything, I would suggest you guys focus on that. I'm being very transparent here. Copywriting comes second, but copywriting will determine whether you are profitable or not profitable based on the amount of sales that you make for your business. So get that clear. Yeah? I'm not trying to say don't focus. In fact, this entire show is telling you that how important copywriting is. But do know that if you are a first time entrepreneur and you plan to start, it's better that you guys take a look at our funnel series where we talk about what is the importance of a funnel, what's the importance of email, what is the importance of setting up YouTube as the main form of your business before you go to the second stage, which is copywriting. All right. Okay. So today, core of Money Magnet Show, we'll be talking about topics that is related to digital marketing, e-commerce, and funnel hacking. Okay, and not about funding or development of product, and it's not content creation. Of course, yes, content creation, but it's a different kind of copywriting. It's not sales copywriting, it's not direct response copywriting, it's more towards engagement posts. So that's totally very different. Yeah, but it is interrelated. It still requires copywriting. Some posts requires you to use the same exact principles that you would use, that I'll be walking you guys through today. Okay, so by the end of today, you will understand how copywriting touches every burning issue and how to intrigue your readers while implying a benefit. And last, the mysterious bullet dot points copy formula for lead magnets that you always see in any sales funnel. And I repeat, any sales funnel. Sometimes you see on Facebook ads, but most of the time you will always see this in the sales funnel. Okay, so a brief recap of last week while we talked
Last
about
week,
different copywriting. Yeah, how you actually go deeper with your copywriting levels. Where the first one I thought is very basic, where it goes deeper and deeper and deeper. The value of the copywriting is much more higher, the higher, and it's worth more if you use better copywriting strategies, as you can see at the end there. Okay, this is what makes people click because they are so curious. It's something that presses on something that they are interested in. Okay, so last week I shared a few frameworks that you guys can use. If you guys have missed out, now's your chance to either screenshot,
yeah,
or I do
screenshot
you one
this.
better. You guys send me a message, me or Alden, a personal message with your email, and then we can actually send you the entire framework through email. Yeah.
Yeah,
So this is the second one. This is about titles. Yeah, titles, not to mistake with today's show. This is last week. Okay. So let's move on to the main meat of today's topic. Today's topic is about copywriting that you have to write that touches a burning issue in your customer. Why I actually show this picture of a fire is because everybody has an issue, a problem. Because if we don't have a problem, you don't need to sell any product, to be honest.
technically, if there's no
Yeah.
problem, and that means if there's no problem, we are all not problem solvers, then there's no jobs for anybody. Everyone
Yes.
has a problem, and everybody have something that they need fixing. And if you are a problem solver, that's how you get paid. So
Yep.
we as marketers, entrepreneurs, copywriting is a very, very important thing because it helps to touch and illustrate a burning issue.
Yep. And one of the ways where we identify a customer with a burning issue is try to identify who's your key audience and what do they want to achieve at the end of the day? Where are they now, moving forward to where they want to go? And from there, you can clearly identify what is their issue. And the goal of copywriting is addressing those issues. So we can actually go, maybe Alden might create a session in the future talking about, customer insights, about how do you find real insights for customer, how do you find a specific issue on advertising angle that you can go to based on the specific target audience. All right, so but that's a topic for another show. We don't really have much time to cover on that part today. We only going for the specific for copywriting. All right, so let us know as well if this is something that interests you. We will, if there is interest, we will make a show on this.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, so let me give you an example of how actually copywriting works. Okay, I'm going to tell you guys how it works based on the psychology. For example, this is a copy. 5 shocking ways internet thieves are stealing your private data and the secrets to protecting your family. This is something what we call like a copy hook. When you look at this, you know, hey, you own, you are on the internet, you are afraid that, your private data has been leaked. I don't know, maybe you have some, videos that is too personal that is up there, you're afraid that it's been leaked out there. And it is mentioned that how to protect yourself and your family. So most likely this is a hook that interests people like me, because I was hacked by a ransomware previously. So this is very close to my heart. It will catch my attention. But where do we go forward after this? This could be a very good topic as a headline. Next thing is, you can say something like that along the lines: think your password is safe, think again. Destructive malware will fry your computer. And third is, find out now if your computer is compromised. Now, let me give you an example. What I did with these 3 copy right here is basically addressing the audience, what is the problem that they're facing right now, plus at the same time, what can I say to get them, so curious, so intrigued, what is it, how they can actually protect their computer without even talking about the offer yet. You see? So copywriting psychology is like that. Sometimes when it comes to you, let's say for example, you see an ad, you click on the ad, and then immediately you've been transported into
Landing
a
page.
space, to a landing page, right? But I want you to imagine this. It's like you are fighting against the boss monster in a game. It's just you and the boss. So you, as the marketer, you have to say things that will, lower the hit points of the boss enough for you to actually kill the boss. So for copywriting, it's the same thing. Once you attract your audience, you gotta keep saying things or write in your copy things that will actually touch upon a burning issue, or things that, it touches upon their fears or their hopes, in order for them to say yes. Okay, so if you think about copywriting, it's something like this: suppressing fire. So suppressing fire means fire that degrades the performance of an enemy, force below level needed to fulfill the mission. So whatever you say, it needs to, in other words, convince and let the audience guard down so that you can actually get the sale. I know that the way I say it sounds like we are very manipulative, but trust me, no business does advertising is not manipulative. Say Apple. Do you really think Apple's worth that much? I can tell you yes, because they've spent years with advertising and their marketing to tell you that the company means
It's worth
innovation.
that much. Yes.
Yes, because they are worth that much because of all the marketing and all the advertising and all the work that gets you to the product. And they are the first one that actually promote their product computer as innovation, where back then, personal computer was seen more as a functional use and than more as a status symbol. All right, so tell me that's not manipulative. I give you an example. I tell some people certain brand of shoes, all right, is the same brand of shoes that another brand is being manufactured in the same factory
Factories.
in China. And you know what they say? No, the quality is better. I say, I've been there, I've seen it. They develop the same kind of same kind of shoes in the same factory in the same material. And people will still say, no, it cannot. It's better, its quality is better. You know where it goes, right? So advertising is all about persuasion, it's all about manipulation in the source. All right. So that's how copywriting actually works. It's not something that you just write, it's just a piece of words you just slap it onto a website or slap it onto your ads. It takes time and it takes skills, and you know, it takes mastery for you to be good at it. And that's why we have specialists like copywriters. But now we are moving on to it is how do you apply copy in the lead magnet, right? So this is a typical lead magnet. I make it virtually ugly so that you won't be commenting on the lead magnet, but specific parts in the lead magnet. So in the lead magnet, usually it has, the headline that you hook your reader, just like what I did just now, where I show about, cybersecurity. Second is the headlines that restates your offer. Say that learn how to actually protect your computer. And then I talk also a little bit about the dot points and how it can actually help you sell more at the later parts of this presentation. And then of course, obviously the call to action and the visual representation of what they are gonna get. So let me go through this with you guys, the bit by pieces of this. Okay, so let me give you an
Wow, this
example.
is
Here's my
ancient
story.
way.
Yeah. Uh, when you actually do a lead magnet, you typically don't want to ask for a sale because nobody knows who you are, unless they trust you enough in your front end offering that you are providing, that is a free report, cheat sheet, blueprint, whatever you name it, maybe a tutorial. Okay, it's kind of like you going to a networking event and you just reach out to your hand and say hi, and you begin a good conversation with them. And at the end of the day, you do not sell anything. It's all about, introducing yourself, getting the vibe going, who you are, what you do, and what they are, what they do. And then at the end, what happens? You only has one goal if you're gonna do a lead magnet, just one. It's the same like when you are in a networking event. Okay, all you want is just this. You just want their contact, because the moment you have the contact, two things happen. They already enter your funnel where you can remarket them again and again, either through email or Facebook ads, where you can sell a product after that. Once they enjoy your product, they already downloaded, they seen your product, then you actually show them, which we talked about last week, how to solve a problem. And you position yourself as an expert. Now they trust you. All right. And the second way is, once you have the contact, you can identify them as your target audience, your main audience, that who will give you money if you ask for, if you give them an offer. Okay, anybody that download a free report or go through your funnel, through your lead magnet, who actually give you the email, are also the audience that most likely will pay you. All right. So it's the same thing. Like if you go for a networking event, you get a name card, and then you say, "Hey, this is a service that I need. This guy does, home deco
Renovation,
or
for
something,
example.
renovation or deco or something like that." And then what happens is, if you actually call the person, or the person actually call you up to meet up, you know that person is serious. Because if not, you won't actually reach out to the person.
By the
So
way,
it's the same case as this.
calling does not also mean that you guys need to personally call your lead here. You may not need to do that. It can also mean sending them an email and they responding to the email, or if they purchase something from your email itself. That is also a clear indication that they are probably interested in your product.
Yep. All right. Moving on from that. Just I actually click already. Yeah. So these are the 5 things you need to create a killer opt-in page. Number 1, you need the headline. Number 2, you need a sub-headline. Number 3, call to action. 4 is the dot points, right? But actually, there's one more. But we're going to get into that after this. Okay, so right now, I'm going to be going to the template that you guys can use. Oops, sorry. What happened here? Okay. Just give me a moment. Yeah. So we're going to go into the template. Okay. When you talk about the headline, you can say something about how to the desired result without the thing they fear most in specific time frame. Like, for example, how to get 6 packs app without giving your favorite food in 60 days or less, guaranteed. Yes, that's a very nice one. That's a generic. Let's do one more different. How to lose weight without, okay, spending any money in the gym at all, or buy expensive healthy food, okay, in 60 days or less. Let's do another one. How to start a coaching business, okay, without cold calling and make your first 1K in 30 days or less. So this is something that you can use for headline. Any sort of for your your lead magnet, this is something that will attract. If you do not know what kind of copy, if you are not an expert copywriter, this is what you can do immediately. And I mean
This is
immediately,
time and
like
tested, yeah.
yes,
It's
tried and
time,
tested.
yeah, it's time tested already. So you can definitely keep this headline and always reuse it in your, and in fact, most product can actually be used with this headline. So
Correct.
definitely, if you're interested, take a picture of it, save it or whatsoever. You may
Yeah.
need it in the future.
Or you guys can send us a personal message. We will email you the entire template. And if you guys will send your PM us, we actually give you a better template than whatever that we have here. All right. We actually compile everything of all of this and then send it to you guys. Another thing is you can also think about what's the problem, get the solution and the result. Just remember this if you can't remember the top one. It's basically what they want, what they hate, and the result they can get at a specific time frame. Guaranteed. So this is the headline. Done. So let's move on to the next one. Okay, where we talk about the sub headline. Okay, for the sub headline is generically usually that I've seen people have done is they restate the offer that they are specifically getting and how. I give you an example, like let's say just now I was talking about funnels, right? How to start your business, coaching business. Then your sub headline can be like 35 pages funnel cookbook, including 16 different funnels from different industry, no matter you are in the F&B, whether you are in the coaching business, whether you are, in the B2B business, whether you are selling physical product, you can model in under 20 minutes, plus beautiful high resolution pictures that you can use that is stock free, copyright free, everything free. All right. So this is a uh, very specific sub headline that the audience read, they know what are they getting. So first is you get them the hook. Second is you have to follow up with what they are getting. Okay. Your offer for your lead magnet in your lead magnet. If they were to give you their email. All right. But we haven't go to that yet. This is a part where you explain how it will be delivered. Okay, to be honest, people on the internet, the simpler it is, the better. So the call to action usually comes after you talk about your headline, you talk about your sub headline, immediately follow up your call to action. If you go to a funnel or if you go to any e-commerce store, there's a multiple checkout points. Right? They will say buy here, buy here, buy here. You add to cart immediately. They say buy. You want to go out? Are you sure you want to go out? We give you discount if you actually claim now and you buy now. So there's multiple call to action, whether it's e-commerce or funnels, right? So your call to action needs to be clear, it needs to be bright, and also at the same time, you tell them exactly how they're gonna get the product. If it's a physical product, you tell them say Typically we have a checkout process, which everybody, I'm pretty sure during the MCO you guys have bought something. If it's
Yeah.
a funnel, you guys talk about enter your email, and the PDF will be sent instantly to your email inbox. If you don't say this, trust me,
People would not.
won't
Yes,
be
the
people
conversion
also
rate
won't
will
buy.
not be
Yeah,
high. People may not
conversion
even
rate.
be, it's just their fear. They just don't know what to do and what they're gonna get. They just don't do it. It's just plain human nature. So you have to be very, very detailed on telling them exactly what they will get. Then they'll do
Exact.
it.
Correct. Okay, moving on for this is we have the bullet and dot points. Okay, now this is what I've been talking about. That is totally different from last week where I talk about headlines and stuff. It's because dot points, right? It's small nuggets or teaser that intrigues your reader without, and also implying a benefit, but without giving too much. In fact, this dot points is usually after you talk about the headline and the sub headline and it still doesn't convert your audience. That's where you use the dot points. It usually comes after the call to action, and these dot points usually is like those people is like, okay, I'm sold, but I'm not quite sure. When your audience is saying this is where a dot point come very handy, where you are supposed to crank up the curiosity and nudge them and push them your prospect over the edge and make them say yes. I'm going to tell you a story about this that I've done in the past that has nothing to do with funnels, has nothing to do with e-commerce, but has when I was in the tech startup, when I was going to Drink Entrepreneurs networking event last time. This is what I did. I was looking for developers, coders, programmers, to actually develop a product. Okay, and I said that I have an idea. Okay, I'm looking for the right partner to develop this product with me to start this company, looking for a co-founder. And this is what happens, guys. I tell him, are you available to meet with me to discuss about this idea? And if you are interested, we may actually start a new venture with this idea. Okay, this is what he said. I don't think I can actually start a business because I'm already committed with another project. When he said that, I said, oh, okay, thank you very much. Then he asked me, but I'm curious, what is your idea? And then I said, if you're not interested with starting a business with me, why do I need to tell you the idea? Okay. And then I said that the idea has something to do with business cards. And that's all I said. And I end it there. That person followed me to every Drink Entrepreneur event just to ask me, what's the idea? What's the idea? What's the idea? Even though I said that I'm not sure whether I'm coming, he said, I will be there. I want to talk to you something. Which is that? He asked me, what is the idea? He non-stop basically stalked and followed me to monthly events just because he wants to know what is that idea that I said. Even though he knew that he wouldn't want to partner with me because he has his hands full. That's the power of curiosity, you see. I don't know whether maybe he wants to see the idea. If it's good enough, he might steal the ideas or whatever. I don't know that. But yeah, exactly. He's such a hardcore person because I intrigued his curiosity. That's all. I asked him, are you interested to meet? He said no. He's not interested to meet if all I want is whether he wants to be my partner in starting this business. But he comes to meet me instead because I intrigue his curiosity about the business idea. You see where I'm coming from? So it works the same as funnel. It works the same psychology as well. When you write good copy, it makes the audience feel like, even if they say, I can't afford to buy this, or they say that, yeah, if I were to give my email, they're going to bombard me with marketing message. But if you intrigue them enough, then they say, even if they say, if I don't give my email, I'm going to shoot myself in the foot because I want to know what that is. What is it? So this one is very important. And this one I want to stress more onto because most people think that copywriting is just words, which I always say, just words on a piece of paper, words on the website. But it's not, guys. It's not. It has many things to do with psychology. You must know your audience perfectly clear what are their fears, their desires, and use that against them. Like I said, manipulating. But
In another words, if manipulative is just a very, very bad word, I think
yeah,
if you
manipulate is a
reverse
bad
that,
word,
it's
correct?
yeah,
But
you
but
reverse
I'm,
it as influencing. That's one.
yes,
And also, what I don't get it when people say manipulative. Of course, it's a bad thing, but you are here trying to sell something that you know that can
will
solve their
benefit your
problem.
audience. Yeah.
So if you're looking at it at that way, you're just trying to be as best possible to be the right person to help them solve their problems. Because we all have these kind of friends. You tell them, hey, do this, do that. He will probably solve all his problem, but he doesn't want to listen. He doesn't want to listen to you. But then if some fella, some expert come and they tell them the same thing that you told him, now he will listen to the expert. Now that is what happens when your friend is too close to you. They normally think that your advice may not be good, right? But in this case, you're actually playing a role of where you have to be as influential as possible to help them solve their problem. Now, that is not manipulative. In my point of view, you're actually doing your best to help that person solve his problem itself. And sometimes most of the, in fact, a lot of people that I know, you ask them, do you have any issues? What's even simple, how are you? Uh, okay lor. Not many people don't like to admit they have a problem, you see. That's probably because Asian as well. We have ego problems. We don't like to admit that we have problems, right? But we all know why. Everyone has problems. Not many people admit it. Your copy needs to stand out to make it so that they are willing to solve that you are willing to be there to solve their problem. And then an exchange, of course, they'll pay for it. But who doesn't? You pay for a doctor to solve your sickness, right? It's the same thing. You're helping them, but in return, they help you back in return, ma. So
Yeah.
it's just the same. You just need to be as influential as you can.
Yeah, apologize, guys, when I mentioned the word manipulative, because the Money Magnet Show, as you guys know, we are unfiltered. It's the truth. What we are telling you is exactly what is going out there. Yes, I'm talking about some of the tactics that the gurus are using. Some of them fake gurus are using, but I'm breaking everything down so that you guys are aware, whether you guys use it for your business, whether you guys aware that gurus are using this, is up to you. It's knowledge, more knowledge to you guys, more power to you guys to decide how you actually use it. It's the same way as somebody who wants to start a business. Most people say 90% of businesses fail, which
Fail.
is statistic true, but that doesn't mean that you discourage them if they want to do, because if the business works, we all know how filthy rich you can be if you actually start a business that becomes successful. Okay, let's move on from this. The last one to talk about is actually the visual representation or what they're getting: free report, cheat sheet, etc. So this is the final piece that you need inside lead magnet, something they can visualize. Some people do free ebook report. They still make the report ebooks, even though it's 5 pages, it looks like an actual physical book. Okay. Yes, Audi.
Yes,
That's just a
sorry,
bit.
definitely.
That was a previous offer that we have done where we say sustainable weight loss struggles to weight loss strategies to transform your health, which is actually a one-on-one consultation. But that one-on-one consultation can happen whether is it from computer, laptop, iPad, or phone. We just visualize it at Josephine is everywhere. So it's the same psychology as what I was talking about just now, where we say it's maybe about 3 to 5 page report. We make it like physical book. It's something that people look at it, they feel nice, they can get something out of it, right? So the more appealing that your offer is, the more
Of
people
course,
will
the higher
actually.
conversion.
Yeah, we've tested it, and to have something of a visual representation, conversion is higher. but also we can go into image, visual hierarchy, colors, or psychology, but that will be like maybe another show. Let me know as well if this is something that you guys like, because I'm not sure whether there's a lot of designers in there, but I consider myself as an, a new I can consider myself as a designer because I understand all of this, but I don't typically design. You know what I mean? Either get somebody to design, or I use templates. Templates you can get everywhere. Canva, you can get it. You can use free pick for your Illustrator and stuff. Yeah. Okay. So before we continue on, would like to let you guys know a little bit about this advertising guy, where he mentioned curiosity is the strongest human incentive. Remember my story just now I told you guys about that guy who followed me every month to business events because he just wanted to know what my business idea was. I can tell you, I can assure you this, because he has been following me for 4 months. I told him, okay, the business idea is this. Guess what? The next month, he didn't come and find me anymore. He didn't show up in the business meeting because I already satisfied his curiosity. He know he doesn't want to work with me, but he still want to know the business idea. So if you were to do something like that in your copywriting to get their email, this is something you have to leverage on. You have to leverage on the curiosity. The famous word also saying curiosity is the one that kills the cat. Same psychology.
Curiosity is the one that get you the lead.
Yeah, curiosity is what get you lead. Very nice word. Nicely put. You get their curiosity and they want is basically end game. You got their lead, you can remarket them, you know who exactly your target audience is. Now here there's some do's and don'ts, right? When you talk about the dot points just now. Don't barrage your prospects with blatant benefits. Okay. Don't do that. And absolutely do not talk about features. All right. Please don't do it. You can say, I see many copywriting mistakes that people say, okay, we will have 10 pages plus, each 10 pages will have visual blah 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 blah, that you are going into the features. No, talk about the benefits. They don't have time. Humans, we all attention span now less than a goldfish, so talk about benefits. Ultimately, at the end, what they want to get out of this. Okay. And you craft bullet copy, you need to tease, tantalize, tempt, prospect, intensify their curiosity to unbearable levels. Emphasize on the word unbearable levels. There are some copywriting that I've seen that even they are too expensive that I can't afford it. But the copywriting is so good that I feel that I need to buy this. So it's like, yeah, so yeah, exactly is that. It's just copywriting sells because you can twist and turn people's curiosity to a point where it's unbearable for them, that they must put their email, they must buy, they must get the product. Okay. The only way they can stop is when they don't click on the ad and they don't land onto your landing page. And if they did, they better get out of the page as soon as possible, because the moment they start reading, that's it. the
They will pay
copywriting
you the
strategy,
money. Yeah.
yeah, copywriting strategy has already worked. Okay. So this is basically what they want to satisfy. Imagine if you talk about issue that is on fire, which is on them, all right? When they actually pay, they actually satisfy their curiosity. Here's the thing. I want to talk a little bit about here, which happens to me as well. Not everybody, when they actually opt in, they get the free the free PDF that you're giving out, your free lead magnet, equals that they will actually read it. Okay.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Okay. So what happens you do here? This is where funneling is important, where immediately you follow up with an offer. And this is another psychology as well. People like to buy, but they don't like to be sold. So if they already say yes, where they opt in to give you the email, the next step is you ask them a low end offer. Maybe the offer costs maybe 17 USD. Okay, it's a cheap offer. Depending where you are, but it's generally okay. Ringgit lah, 17 ringgit is a low end offer. Okay,
Super low. Yeah.
yeah, super low.
I mean,
Then
your coffee might be more expensive in Starbucks.
yeah, exactly. And then because it's a low end offer, people are willing to say yes. They input their credit card, they input, their personal details. They say, okay, right now I want this product shipped to me to my house. Okay. And then after that, you follow up with what? Would you want to buy more of that? Do you want a better offer? Right now, we are giving even more that help you solve the problem that you may have after you use this product. Now you're upselling them a product at a price of 299. People already say yes when they give you an email. They already say yes to buying something, cheap at the front end, and then after that you upsell them something that is relatively a bit more expensive at the back end. Somebody who is already buying, they say yes, yes. Most likely they say, okay lah, whatever lah. I also need this anyway. Might as well just buy it from this guy because I really spend all my time over there. Okay, so that's how the funnel actually work. And copywriting gets them interested, keeps them hooked, and then move them through the funnel. So the funnel system is important, copywriting is important itself, and it all works to help you sell a product. Okay. Yep. So next we talk about the mastery. Okay. Now this is very important. I think you guys already graduated the fundamentals on copywriting for those people who stick through the first show and the second show that we did today. You guys already know a little bit more about copywriting and what it is, what it does, little frameworks that you guys can use. But I think it's very important. There are very levels when it comes to copywriting. Even I myself wouldn't say I'm the guru in copywriting or the know-it-all for copywriting, because copywriting is a skill that takes years to master. It's something that drawing or designing on Illustrator, everybody has the same tools. You get the same pencil, but maybe your style is different. Someone else design is different. Someone copywriting is different. Some may be better at certain industry. Some is funny where you can appeal to the younger generation. So therefore, there is different levels of mastery. But this is why people hire good copywriters. Okay, and how good copywriters can earn a shit ton of money. Okay. So what you're gonna do about this if you're a new copywriter? Well, you can use bullet copy formulas that I have here as well. You guys can actually take a screenshot of this. This is also another one. I'm not going to go through every single one of them because we are running out of time, as we can see. Screenshot if you guys want, or PM us, we send you an email. And here's the second one. All right. You can stay here for a while. Okay, third one. Use templates if you are a newbie copywriter. Okay. For fun. Well, I'm really giving you guys a lot of templates, man. Come on. Do share this with the people who you think will benefit from this. All right, because it's entire value here. I have to read tons of books on copywriting or my experience in the advertising industry, building different funnels in order to find out what's the best one, and then I had to scramble every single templates and then put it into a presentation. The presentation doesn't look very good because I didn't really have time. So appreciate that. You guys share this out. You can help us with the algorithm. Lastly, where I'm actually going with all this copywriting. If you guys actually see previously if you guys actually stick around for my show, I'm not sure whether you did or not, but if you are members of 100x, I do encourage you guys to check out one of our show where I talk about how to sell one to many, because the key principles applies to copywriting in funnel as well. I talk about the benefit, I talk about the story, and I'm talking about the removing objections with testimonials. Because after copywriting, the next thing that sells your product is story. Could be your story or maybe your customer story and their testimonials. Because number one, whether when you are selling one to many, you need to remove objections, every single objections your audience might have. Therefore, at the end, when you ask for an offer or you give an offer, the only thing you want the customer to say is yes. All right. The only answer you want them to say is yes. This is where you see those speakers at the front of stage where they give a speech and they talk about what their offer can do for you. Then you can see people running at the back of the table, rushing over there because all of their objections or their questions that they wanted to ask is already solved. Like, will this product work for me? Then you will say that, what if I'm somebody that is, have never worked out before? What if I'm somebody who don't have a lot of money to start a business? Then you talk about stories. Okay, this is how I started back in the days where I don't have, a lot of money when I start my business. This is who and who's overweight by how many, and then they use this program, they actually get that. So your copywriting would be the same principles. That's why I say that we can actually do another show where we talk about copywriting or messaging secrets that you guys can use for your webinar, or you guys are using it for your
Definitely.
sales presentation. It's the same thing. By the way, this is not the sales presentation that I'm using to sell you guys. If I were to sell you guys a product, I will sell it to you guys entirely differently. Different method that I use. I'm not selling one to many right now. It's purely for education purpose. I'm just giving you guys everything without filter in copywriting. All right.
Thanks, Alex.
Thanks, Alex.
Yeah, you're one of the what do you call that, action takers, because as we all know, once you provide value, even you give free value, not many people actually take and implement. So I really hope that you will implement, and definitely you keep watching this show, you're definitely going to improve in terms of sales and in terms of your skills in marketing.
All right. So one way, okay, that I can tell you guys, if you're not a copywriter but you need to start a business, you can use templates that I've provided. But what if you want something more? Okay, this is where I have to talk a little bit about this software called Jarvis. Okay, why I love this software is because this software has everything, literally everything. Maybe only one thing that they have that I wish they implement in the future is the 4Ps method. I'll get into that after that. So talk about bullet points, right? I talk about templates, right, over there that you guys can model and use, right? But check this out. This software
Persuasive
already
bullet.
has the persuasive bullet points right there. Okay, just type your industry, type the offer that you are selling, or maybe the problems your audience are facing. They immediately come up with the persuasive bullet points for you that you guys can actually change and maybe can fit into the templates that I actually shared with you guys just now. Voila.
So once again, for those of you guys who are interested in getting this easy and simple, and even what I think is definitely a very, very worth software to get, the link is right now in the chat. So definitely consider getting that, because honestly, in this where I've used, I have never went back once I started using this copywriting software, and it's based off AI. That means that it will only get better over time. The thing
Yep.
here is I'm not so sure it might actually be more expensive in the future. There's no guarantee. I don't really know. So, I mean, the best case to do is to get a better edge than everyone else out there. Get this.
If you were to ask me, right, I really have to say this. Back in those days where if you want to be a designer, you better you better learn Adobe Illustrator. All right.
Yeah.
Nowadays, where you have Canva, it makes designing so much easier. Even though I use Adobe Illustrator, but if I need something quick, a quick post, I still use Canva. Even though I can write copy, right? And I have frameworks that I live by, that I use every single time I want to use headlines, sub-headlines, and everything, correct? I still use this software because it generates copy just like that. And for me as a copywriter, I basically promoted myself instead of being a copywriter that write from scratch. I will never run out of idea because I can always click generate. All right. I think Yvonne also mentioned Canva is my life. Exactly. It is totally worth it. Something like Canva. All right. But for copy. So, get a brief walk through a little bit about how generate a few frameworks in copywriting. Now, this one is not the bullet points because bullet point is specific to bullet points. I talk about the headline. The headline template is specifically for the headlines. I'm going to move towards the AIDA framework, which is copywriting frameworks in general. This can be long form copy, short form copy, where you talk about attention, interest, desire, action, basically describing the customer journey through the sales process.
Yep.
This is one framework that you guys can use. The next framework is the PASS framework, where you accurately identify the problem, agitate the problem, means you pour salt onto it. I say pour salt into a wound tactic. I wish I have this, where you can actually say that, hey, you've been trying to work out for how many years? 5 years, 6, 10 years, the entire life you've been trying to lose weight, but unfortunately it's still not working out for you. So perhaps maybe you need a real coach who can tell you exactly what's working and what's not. Are you going to spend the rest of your life trying to make this mistake, or if you want to shortcut every single one of them and get result tomorrow? So the PASS framework is something like that. You agitate the problem. Okay, then it makes me, yeah, what is that? What is that? What's that? What can I do to lose weight immediately? Then the last one is a 4-piece framework that works entirely well when it comes to email, because email is something that you want somebody to dream big about. After you read the email, you still want them to think about how life would be if they actually use your product. Then you go back to your website and actually buy something or click on the link to buy now. So this is the 4-piece framework. All three copywriting, I would say it works equally as effective, right? 4Ps, I prefer to use this framework for email. Personal preference. The PASS framework, I usually use that when it comes to closing sales, like live presentation, which I demonstrated just now. And the AIDA framework is what I usually typically use for Facebook ads and stuff. All right. So you get these two, AIDA and the PASS framework, directly from 𝗟𝗏.ai
From
itself.
𝗟𝗏.
Yeah. So whether you're e-commerce, whether you are selling a coaching program, you can get all this right there. Yeah, that's the link here as well. Okay, guys, today is the end of the show. Yes, I'm promoting to you guys 𝗟𝗏 because
It's just so good that we totally believe that you guys should go and get it because it has helped us. In fact, I believe, Eddie, some of the copywriting that you've put in this presentation is done by 𝗟𝗏 as well, isn't it?
Exactly. That's what I always do. I always take the copy directly, paste it there. That's why you see it's a presentation with a lot of words, not a lot of picture, because I really don't have time, but I want to say something, communicate something. So I just put in 𝗟𝗏 and there you go. Hey guys, you gotta give me some slack, man. Even though I'm giving you guys free show, I'm giving you guys the knowledge that I have, I ain't getting a single cent. Okay. And I'm being very transparent and unfiltered in every one of my show. I'm not trying to, get you guys or con you guys some money. This is really true that I swear by using this service. So that's why we are recommending. And Yvonne mentioned that about Canva. I use Canva too. So if I'm gonna do a show about visual hierarchy, I'm gonna go into specifics why Canva can help you create your design from maybe less than 5 to 10 minutes. You can get a design out and on the go. So yeah, whatever that we recommend is
Guys,
something that we use based on experience. Yes, Elden?
𝗟𝗏 is also something that I use for my clients as well. And a lot of them used to say, some of them, not all of them, some of them said that this is some amazing copy that they have never seen before, and it converts like crazy. And all it takes me is to basically 2 minutes of 𝗟𝗏's work, and I keep cashing in more and more and more of my clients. And it's just that simple, guys. get 𝗟𝗏. There's a free trial there, cancel anytime. Definitely no risk at all. So the link is once again there, 100x.1/AD. I'm gonna highlight here once more time, and definitely get this as soon as possible and start using this. The faster you use a AI copywriter, the faster you are closer to reaching your goal, whether it is financial goal or you get to save more time. Yes, I totally believe that everyone wants to save more time and earn more money at the same time, right? Well, guess what? 𝗟𝗏 is the software to help you achieve that.
Yep.
Yeah, that's
it,
about it
guys.
for you guys today.
Thank you very much. Have a good day. That's the end for
We'll
the show.
continue guys again next week with another copywriting series, right?
Yeah, okay. Guys, do me a favor. Let me know if this is something that you guys want, because I have messaging secrets when it comes to videos. May I specifically, Facebook ads messaging, or you know selling on stage, how you actually close your audience, what kind of message, which is basically copy, that you guys can use to actually get people to take action. If this is something that you guys want, that let me know, then I'll actually create that, because I'm not sure whether copywriting is something that you guys want to learn from the Money Magnet show, and that's why I'm just testing whether copywriting is something that you guys love, or you guys would prefer to go more towards the sales part, design part. I have no idea, guys. You
Yeah.
guys help me out here. Tell me what you guys
Or you
want
guys want to know
to
a
get.
new and free funnel software that we use that can actually beat ClickFunnels or even Katra or some
That
other
one.
software as well? Or like some of them, we can even help take you through some of the software, famous software like even ClickFunnels as well. If that is something that you guys are interested as well, how to build a working funnel that generates you $1,000 in less than 10 minutes, for example. Yeah. So yeah, Yvonne, definitely tell us what is it that you guys want to learn? What is it that you guys want to discover from us? We are always here for you once again every Thursday 9 p.m. We are always here to share.
Sure. Right.
All right, we'll see you guys next week. Bye bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.